You probably don't know this, but in addition to managing properties, I am also a structural engineer. So I found this video on YouTube of the most dangerous Airbnb in the world, and I decided, what if I just record my reaction while I watch it, in case there's anything interesting to comment on related to structural engineering. Before we start, I have to make a pause to caveat the video. In the end, it was very difficult to make a structural assessment, of course, because the video is not focused on the structure of the building, but rather on their experience in this Airbnb. But I decided to let's make a video out of it and see how it goes.
Are we going up in chairs?
Hand signal right away as soon as you're secure, because I'm backing out, all right? Okay. You have to go parallel to the tower the entire way, so it's a little bit more complicated than we expect. All right, here we go. All right, Justin, you're up. Got it. All the way, metal, metal.
So just talking about the complications of getting by boat.
Get low, Justin, get low.
And now the baby's going up. Structurally seems fine so far. There's a lot of rust and corrosion, but it's normal because it's in the middle of the ocean, so now there's a second kid going up.
Looking very graceful, darling.
I'm sitting so weirdly in this chair.
Well, the video is very entertaining.
Holy crap!
But I haven't seen much of the real structure, so there's not much that I can comment about it so far.
Wonderful place.
This is pretty much exactly
How did they get food?
used to work in, babe. What do you think?
I'm dreading going down already.
Alright, they got like a lot of stored food in there.
Making some coffee, giving the kids some grapes.
Okay, they're going down some stairs. Wow, there's a lot of corrosion. Okay, so let's pause here to do some commenting on the amount of rust and corrosion that you can see in there. So, this is mainly surface corrosion. It's not something that is particularly worrying, and the reason is because of the location. You expect that in the middle of the ocean, all the salts and the water and just the elements that it's subject to, that's normal to happen. So you see to this part in here, this is just paint coming off. So what happens is that when water, oxygen, the elements are in contact with the surface of the steel, then there's this very thin film that's created around the steel profile and expands, and when it expands, those paint flakes start to occur. This part in here is almost in the same condition as the previous one. It's just the paint has already fallen after it's flaked out, so it's been like that for a longer period of time.
The birds are really loud.
And some of them are hanging. If that yellow walkway is only supported by those chains, there's something that it's probably very unstable, and I would say the most dangerous part of the whole of this hotel Airbnb, because if it doesn't have any lateral support and it's not supported at the base, this will be just swinging around, especially when it's windy. Now, actually, I think they are there as an additional safety measure, but that the grating walkway is actually supported by some steel beams at the bottom. You can see those steel beams that are highlighted in red on the back, and I would assume it's the same where she's standing at the moment. The other thing that kind of gives away that those walkways are actually supported on a steel beam is the shape of the chain. So some of the chains are actually bent, and if they were actually supporting the walkway, they would be completely in tension and stretch.
Especially in the night. So lucky I brought my earplugs.
Okay, there's metal grid where they're working on.
I'm not sure how many watts, but I'll ask Richard later.
That's fine, it's very safe.
There's been some complaints about rusty.
Now, this is an issue. This is what bad corrosion looks like. This was meant to be a continuous steel. Those were the flanges of the beam. You can see how the section starts to get lost. Hopefully it's not supporting anything major. Now, this needs replacing straight away.
Stuff.
Yeah, there's a lot of rusty stuff.
These ones have been replaced. So to the trained eye, you can see that this walkway is absolutely fine.
Since we got here, Richard, the owner of this oil rig, kind of left us to our own devices. Him and another fellow.
Oh, it was an oil rig. It was a unicycle.
What on earth? Whoa.
Ooh.
Far.
An infinity pool.
Just a big platform on the top. I'm guessing this is where people unicycle.
Oh, it's now used as a research platform. It was at some point. Oh, they're going to tell the story now, so let's see.
Realizing it, my childhood treehouse in large form. And then after I had it, I was like, well, how am I going to make this thing something we can all use? So I said, let's turn it into a place where people can learn about what's under the water and the weather above and this amazing beauty out here. At night, all the Milky Way, and I just had to share it. So we turned it into a nonprofit.
Wow.
Alright, so it's not an oil rig. It was at some point an oil rig, and now apparently it's a research platform that this guy uses, but at the same time, kind of like uses an Airbnb hotel, so people can stay there. And
So apparently
yeah, I guess that's how he maintains the thing running.
And it's just gonna be a regular night out in the middle of the ocean. I've been chased for about
Alright, that's what's dangerous. There's sharks around.
there were amberjacks and a hell of a
You seem alright. It is very robust. Alright, well, in the end, that was a slightly disappointing because I thought it would be more dangerous from, let's say, you staying in their point of view. Of course, if you jump down into the sharks, that's the dangerous part, but the structure itself is fine. Not really much to worry about. So I wanted to see some, I don't know, some hanging stuff, some very corroded, incredibly corroded breaking stuff that were about to fall down, but nah, of course not. No. You wouldn't be allowed to rent it as a hotel or as an Airbnb if it was the case. That's it for today.